Jared and Rachel had been planning their romantic space vacation for months. They had worked hard to save up enough money for the luxurious trip, and they were looking forward to spending a week alone together on a private space shuttle. However, their dream trip quickly turned into a nightmare when their shuttle was hijacked and forced to land on the barren and desolate planet of Mars. As they stumbled out of the crash, Jared and Rachel quickly realized that they were not alone on Mars. A group of secretive individuals had been waiting for them, and they were armed and dangerous. The couple was separated and taken to different parts of the planet, where they were kept under constant surveillance. They soon learned that they had been brought to Mars as part of a conspiracy to populate the planet with humans. The group's leader, a brilliant but deranged scientist named Dr. Morgan, explained that Earth was on the brink of destruction due to overpopulation and pollution. The only solution was to start a new civilization on Mars. Jared and Rachel were selected for their genetic compatibility and were intended to be the first couple to populate the planet. At first, Jared and Rachel were skeptical of Dr. Morgan's plan. They were afraid for their lives and unsure of what to do. However, as they explored the planet, they discovered that the colony had access to advanced technology that could provide them with everything they needed to survive. They also learned that the colony was a utopia, free from the chaos and corruption of Earth. The colonists were healthy, happy, and living in a state of bliss. Jared and Rachel were surprised by how easily they fit into the new society, and they began to wonder if it was possible to stay on Mars forever. As they delved deeper into life on Mars, Jared and Rachel found a shocking reality. Dr. Morgan had been experimenting with a powerful drug that had the ability to extend life indefinitely. He had been using the drug on the colony's members, and they were all over 100 years old, yet they looked young and healthy. Jared and Rachel were faced with a difficult decision. They could return to Earth and expose Dr. Morgan's experiments, or they could stay on Mars and live forever in the utopia that had been created for them. However, as they tried to make their decision, strange things began to happen. Jared started to have vivid nightmares where he saw glimpses of a dark and sinister force on the planet. Rachel noticed that some of the colonists were behaving strangely, and they seemed to be hiding something. Jared and Rachel began to investigate the mystery, and they soon discovered that Dr. Morgan was not the only one with secrets. There were other factions on the planet who were plotting to take over the colony and use the advanced technology for their own gain. As they dug deeper, Jared and Rachel realized that they were in grave danger. They had stumbled onto a web of intrigue and deceit, and they were in the middle of a power struggle that could determine the fate of the entire planet. Jared and Rachel had to use all their wits and skills to survive. They faced dangers at every turn, including deadly traps, hostile enemies, and treacherous terrain. But they never gave up, knowing that they had to uncover the truth and protect the people they had come to love. In the end, Jared and Rachel succeeded in exposing the conspiracies and saving the colony. However, they still had to make a difficult decision about their future. They could return to Earth and live a normal life, or they could stay on Mars and become immortal. After much thought, Jared and Rachel decided to stay on Mars. They knew that they could never return to their old lives, and they were willing to face the unknown in order to live forever in the utopia that had been created for them. They also felt a strong connection to the people of the colony, and they wanted to help build a new civilization that would thrive on the Red Planet. With the help of Dr. Morgan, Jared and Rachel were given the drug that extended life indefinitely. They watched as their bodies changed, becoming stronger and healthier than they had ever been before. They knew that they were now part of something extraordinary, and they felt a sense of purpose and fulfillment that they had never experienced before. As the years passed, Jared and Rachel became leaders of the colony. They helped to develop new technology and innovations that would ensure the survival and prosperity of their community. They watched as their children and grandchildren grew up and started families of their own, becoming part of the first generation of humans to live on Mars. The planet that had once seemed hostile and unforgiving had now become their home. They explored its vast deserts, climbed its towering mountains, and marveled at its breathtaking sunsets. They had found love and adventure in the most unexpected of places, and they knew that they had made the right decision. But even as they enjoyed their new life on Mars, Jared and Rachel never forgot about Earth. They knew that their planet was in peril, and they wanted to find a way to save it. They continued to work on new technologies and innovations that could help to solve the world's problems, and they dreamed of one day returning to their home planet as heroes. For Jared and Rachel, life on Mars was a thrilling love story full of adventure, mystery, and suspense. They had faced incredible challenges and had come out victorious, finding a new home and a new purpose in the process. And even as they looked out at the endless expanse of the Martian horizon, they knew that their journey was far from over.